Yes, yes. Reminisce Show, broadcasted live every Tuesday night, 7 p.m., carrying the traditions of Sankofa, man, because sometimes we got to go back and collect what we have forgotten and bring back what is useful. Man, I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
I'm Bender Supreme. Hello, what up? One love.
Yes, you know how we do, man. Always a pleasure to check in. Hip hop, as you mentioned before, hip hop is like in a strange place. There's so much things going on, but as Mr. Rogers would always say, in times of trouble, times of chaos, look for the helpers. There's
Word.
always going to be people who are helping.
Yeah.
So we just got to find them because they're there. They're there. You exist, I exist. So that's just two of us, but I know there's others. We got to go find them too and keep
That's
building.
it. That's it. Yeah, for real. And you know, it's definitely a time like no other, and it feels like in the world, and it's things are very unstable and uncertain. But like, oh, you just gotta. It's just the perfect time to just have more faith in the fundamentals,
True
and
indeed.
our ancestors, and what we know is true and real and consistent. Because
Mm.
it's just like, I mean, well, quick. I don't even know. It could go super deep, so I want to just make sure we
Yeah,
started with
man.
a.
Okay.
How you doing? How's your health?
Yeah. How's my health? That's such a great question, man. How's your health? You know what I'm saying? Like that's great. Um, Yeah, my health is great. My health is great. I do have like a little bit of like a scratchy throat, whatever. So I got some like turmeric and ginger tea
Mm.
going on here. But overall, like I'm definitely feeling great. Prioritizing, mental health and self care and whatnot. And yeah, I'm just reminded of like Kamal once said, when people talk about self care, and this was actually one of our interviews. I was rewatching it, a past live that we had Kamal, which we should have him back on again, but he was talking about like self-care in a very like practical sense, like it's not just like bubble baths and candles, which is great, but self-care is like like eating healthy, getting some sunlight, like making connections, being around people that are uplifting, like cleaning your house, like doing, like just think like really like practical things that feed into self-care. So I've been just really focusing a lot about that. But otherwise, things are moving, man. February is coming up, so it's Black History Month, so there's a lot of initiatives going on, and I'm bracing myself for that, man. Bracing myself for that.
Dope. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man.
But how things on your end, though? How you feeling?
I feel okay. I feel okay. My health is all right. I feel the same way. I got a little bit of a scratchy throat, but I don't think it's a serious thing. And I'm just drinking tea and
Yeah,
exercising.
man.
Um,
Oh,
I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger say to this one dude, he's like, "Yo, man, if you can do like 45 seconds of exercise a day, that's better than nothing." And he's like, if you can only do two push-ups, do two push-ups today. And he's like, that's cool. And you just was like, that's where you're at. Then just keep building on it, like baby steps.
yo, I,
So
I I really believe on that, man. Yeah, and just to add on to that, to me, it's not just about like the exercise itself, but it's really like the commitment to that consistency that like really transforms. You know what I mean? So doing two push-ups every day consistently will eventually result into something but like you said, like you might get inspired to do five next time or 10 or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So yeah,
that's really it. And even if you don't, though, if you did two push-ups for 30 days in a row, that's probably way better than doing 60 push-ups in one day and then doing
yeah,
nothing for it.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, I've been doing just little bits of exercise. Um, yeah, man, just trying to stay warm.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, man.
Oh yeah, stay warm, man. I'm like looking outside right now, and I'm just like, yo, what in the blizzard is happening? Like we getting hit up right now, you know what I mean? So it's definitely hibernation season. If you don't need to be outside, don't be outside.
Yeah, outside. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, I be staying in and watching some shows and yeah, studying some stuff, man. Yeah, interesting things happening in just various levels of life. And so we'll get more deep into it. So, but yeah, man,
yeah,
oh man, obviously some politics had come to mind. So because like yeah, like not only it's not it's Trump is just really dragging shit back into the Stone Age and doing some really hardcore fucked up things.
Mm,
And not only that, but like there's a possibility, there's going to be some Canadian change this year for sure. With
mm.
a vote in Ontario at the end of the month, there's a possibility we can finally, hopefully, get Doug Ford out of office. So, and I
See,
find it really interesting and weird that he's doing it during Black History Month, and winter elections aren't even a thing that's very popular. And like it was
yeah.
like 44% of the electorate came out last time that voted him in. So it's not like it was like a majority at all. It was just like a low
So
turnout.
let me ask you this: do you think that might be a strategic plan to like have that at this time? Like when, like you said, because like winter is unpopular for that. Like that will deter people from like voting, or I don't know. Like, do you feel like that's part of the plan somehow, or is it just? I
It,
mean,
it,
hey,
it totally it totally is, because he's just trying to. It's like it's barely even. It's not even announced that loud, man. I pay attention because I'm always studying what's going on as much as I possibly can.
well, I
But
mean, this
like
is the first I'm hearing it. You're breaking news to me. Like I'm completely in the dark and completely ignorant to this. So that's
this is
crazy.
what this is what I'm saying. Like when I saw it, it wasn't even like a big thing. It was just like they were like, yeah, Doug Ford wants to do a winter election, and it's going to be like February 26th or something. Like, and I was in my brain, I was like, oh man, this motherfucker doing it during Black History Month. Fuck. So that's one of my thoughts, and I only found out like 2 days ago, one day ago. So,
Yeah.
but I'm like, man, and it's not like this big headline and stuff. So he totally wants to slide it in and try to just win by a bunch of people not even knowing that it's happening.
Wow.
So
Well,
and then
I'm gonna now do some more research on that and keep tapped in because that's crazy. I did not know that. Wow.
yeah, there's going to be an Ontario election, and then obviously like there's going to be a Liberal election probably I think before the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely I see that. All right, man. Well, Toronto, man. Let's get ready. Get ready. Well,
Mm.
February again. Black History Month. There's definitely quite a bit of things that's happening. I know there's a Toronto International Black Film Festival that's happening, and Stone from Africa supports every year. So I'm excited to see what's going to be submitted for this year. There's always like great selections, and we get to co-present a film. So I'm looking forward to what that's going to look like. This year it's going to be good vibes. Yeah,
Amazing.
and I know that the Harborfront Center as well as has like several Black History Month like initiatives. For those who are into skating and whatnot, like they have on Saturday there's like a dance, not dance party, but a DJ party with strobe lights, and so if you're into that, man, it's a vibe. Definitely come down to Harborfront. And what else is there? I know that City Hall has February 6th on Bob Marley's birthday. They're going to be doing like a flag raising and celebration and whatnot. This year, like we haven't done the Bob Marley skate. Just some things going on behind the scenes though, but we're looking to get that back, next year. I know definitely when February 6th falls on a Saturday, like 100%, like that's going to be something. I think that's maybe next year or the year after that. I know it's coming up soon though, so we'll get back into that. Yeah.
Dope, dope. Yeah, carry on tradition. That's tight.
We got to, man. We got to. We got to, man. So, anything else in hip hop news, man? Like you were talking about, there's stuff with top five DJ academics.
So
A lot going on, man. And I don't
yeah.
know where you want to begin. Like, what's
Well, let's start with that local one there. Yeah, because there's not really too much to say about it, but yeah, top five got arrested, and
yeah, yeah. And I'm not exactly sure like what it is, but I know that a couple days before his arrest, there was an incident that was widely, circulated on social media of like a studio session that appeared to everybody's just jamming to whatever record and having a good time. But there was like an excessive amount of like firearms that were present in this video, and I feel that was like a catalyst to several arrests, and I believe that is connected to top five somehow. I believe. I don't quote me on this, but I believe there's some type of domino effect connection and whatnot. But yeah, man, it's so strange, and it really just shows the mentality of like certain like lifestyles. You know what I mean? Like when you're in a certain lifestyle, like you can get out of certain situations, but the mindset is always there. Like you can take a man out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of him, right? And at what point do you do like an assessment and to be like, yo, you know what? I really got to make some changes, because certain patterns are getting me into certain situations. What do I got to do, But it's deep. It's deep. There's a lot to unpack. That's all I got to say to that, man. A lot to unpack, man. But what are some of your thoughts on this? Like, for hip hop culture, this type of, I guess, like headline in the papers, and like that type of vibe. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Cat just got off a murder charge that was a very rare and lucky experience
Super
to
rare. Super
hold,
rare.
and like a full-on murder charge. So yeah, to lose the freedom, like it's like when Ti went back in real quick, and it was just like, Ti, it was just only actually, ironically, Ti went in. His first charge wasn't getting off a murder charge, but his second charge was gun possession. So
Right.
yeah, I guess there's that parallel there. But
Yeah.
when Ti went in that second time, a lot of people, and he was like, "Yo, man, this is just silly and ridiculous and unfortunate, and like, damn, man, I'm losing a lot of money and opportunity going back into Bing." And like, and then when Ti came out, like he just has not gone back in, and like,
Facts.
yeah, and like, you know, if this guy gets the opportunity to do the same, I hope he follows suit and never goes back into jail. Because like, yeah, man, like
Yeah,
this is
some things that I think is also like an age thing. Like when you're,
not the bag.
let's say, under the age of like 25 or something like that. It's a different way of how you move through life. When you get a little older, you're just like, yeah, I can't be as like reckless like that. There's way more to lose. More responsibilities or whatever. But even just like a shift in perspective of life. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, it's wild. It really is wild, and just to see that this is, hip hop headlines and whatnot. It's yeah, man, we're living in some really interesting times, yo. Really interesting times. But
Very.
I just hope that the youngins coming up, take heed and recognize that, yeah, like these lifestyles may look great. It's like in marketing when they talk about selling the sizzle, not the steak. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks great. You know what I mean? It's like the yellow brick road. We're following that, but we see what the end results are, and it just, yeah, it just derails like so much
Dead
things. You know
end.
what I mean?
Yeah.
The dead end, and it's like it's a liability, right? Like there's people who invest in people, and then there's families and cousins, and maybe there's children or whatever, and so much people get impacted by these outcomes. It's wild, and to also note that, like a lot of these artists are very privileged. Like they have like basically like a winning lottery ticket kind of like opportunity, and to not see like the value in that, to not protect it. You know what I mean? Because this is an opportunity for like legacy and whatnot, and to just kind of throw it away, man, it's hard to watch, yo. Like it really is. It's hard to watch.
It's very hard to watch. I think homie was at a Raptors game with Drake on like January 23rd or something.
Yeah, recent. Yeah. So it's
It's like,
and then
yo,
that
man,
leads
I
to,
want to go to a Raptors game with Drake, yo, and like, yo, like that's a real rare opportunity to maybe not have anymore. So it's like, yeah, you
what do
just
you
don't.
think? Well, I'm curious to know, man, because I mean, you're connected to the boy and whatnot, and like, do you feel like, what do you feel that he would continue the same type of relationship now of these events? Like are we going to hear, all of a sudden he's on bail, shout out the boy, like do you feel like that is completely done?
Time will tell. Time will ultimately tell, but like, there's only so many chances. I feel like anybody, like, Drake probably got a lot of people always asking him for stuff, and like, like how I don't know what their relationship is, so like I don't know how beholden Drake feels to like continue to help this guy. I don't know, but like the first one was like you literally owe like your entire life's freedom to this cat for getting you out of off the murder trap. Like that alone already. Like to even have to return to maybe again ask for I don't know. I don't know. That's a big ask is all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, let this be a lesson, man. When you have these opportunities, hold on to it, run with it. It's yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. Yeah, but this also connects to, we're talking about like, DJ academics who I guess like invested a multi-million dollar deal, from my understanding, with Top Five, and then one of the other artists, Bun Dog.
Oh, that's right.
So, and this was like announced when they were all in Jamaica having a great time blasting, and it's like, okay, cool. And that's what I mean, though. It's like, yo, like the winning lottery, like twice. And the thing is, like, their whole entire circle has had pretty crazy, like, charges and whatnot, and were able to get out of these situations to be, catapulted into, like, the music industry, and to not like protect that, man. It's like, yo, man, y'all already proved your rep. Like, I don't think there's nothing more to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all the street cred that you need. Like, you don't need to update that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good, you good.
Wow, great point, yo. Like, yeah, at a certain like all these smart rappers, yo, and like rappers who mix them up back and forth, all every single time, all it is just an opportunity to lose money. Like and like to risk throwing it all away and like to the size of what hip hop and fame and celebrity and entertainment and all the endorsements and how much everything you could get, like there's not a single dude who like pistol whipped somebody or beat somebody or got in a fight or got in a shootout, or none of those people look like it was a smart thing to do if they had like any kind of
Yeah.
signed music career or anything. Like, bruv, like why? Like, really? Like, you should have left it behind. Like
Yeah.
every time, that's what it looks like. This is the stuff you leave behind.
Mhm.
So you can be like the honestly the saddest one, the real saddest one, and with all due respect, it's really sad. Like, was Takeoff when it was like, yo, like I don't
Oh,
know, like you like, yeah,
that
man, being in like like a bowling alley shootout and stuff. It's like, bruv, you like I wish you were home, like just in your mansion counting money. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, like some of this
Yeah,
street stuff, like it's just not worth being around.
yeah, yeah. And it just speaks to, again, like the environments that these young folks come, are raised in. It's a different perception of like, I don't know, life and experiences and whatnot. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's so many layers to it, man. So many layers to it.
yeah, man, yeah. So I mean, there it ties in a bit to the Snoop Dogg case because I remember when Snoop Dogg, I was listening
Okay.
to Snoop Dogg in '94 when Murder Was the Case was a real thing.
Right, right,
Snoop
right,
Snoop Dogg just dropped the album, and we're like, "Yo, is this guy gonna go to jail for 25 years?" Right after, like, he's like the number one like pop sensation.
right.
Like it was,
Yeah,
and like he didn't know, and nobody knew. Like it could have gone either way, and
right.
like they totally just did what they did, and like yeah, but like and Snoop got off it by the skin of his ass, and like I
But from
remember,
there, man, he just kept going. He was like, "All right, this is what we gonna do."
yeah, exactly, and never again got in trouble like that. Like
And look at that, and he understood the assignment. That's a great example, of someone who recognized the blessings.
yeah, yo, like straight up, man. I might be pissed off about him like doing the Donald Trump thing, and like that's another like that was the updated thing, but like of what he did last week. But like in the grand scheme of things, like yo, I fully remember when we were like, yo, is this guy's career going to be? Because like it has happened in hip hop before, not quite somebody of Snoop's celebrity status, and like it didn't unfold in that way. But there's many people who
Yeah.
had. Chi Ali had a career, gone, went to jail. Yo, my
Oh,
son, gone, went to jail. There's lots of rappers who like. I mean, Lil Wayne went to jail for 1 year, but there's many rappers who, yo, not Bun, Max B's gone. Like, there's like,
wow. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
lots of dudes who like had a decent career, and it's like, no, you were in the streets and you got caught up. And yo,
Yeah.
man, one of the worst ones to me was Beanie Siegel, who didn't like
Oh, yeah.
he didn't quite go to jail, but like his street stuff just ruined his
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Siegel, and like Beanie Siegel is now out, and he's like, I got a food truck, and I'm like walking the straight and narrow, and like my crime
Right.
life is behind me. It's like I ain't doing
Right.
that shit anymore, man. And like, it's like,
That's
bro,
peace. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like I ain't got nothing to prove to. I love how you said that. Like I don't got to add one more thing to my rap sheet, yo.
No.
I
Like,
I, I'm done. I'm done with the stripes, yo. We good.
yeah, man. People need to really understand that. You know what I mean? It's like when 50 Cent came through and got shot, like 9 times, whatever. Like he just had to do that once. That's it. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to start wilding out, man. It's all maybe that's not the best example because 50s. But you know what I'm saying though. It's like, okay, man,
50's a great example. No, it
yeah,
totally is. No, because yo,
like yeah, and flipped it,
when 50 got the call from Eminem, he didn't fuck it up.
Right. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. He understood
He's
the
like, yeah,
assignment.
he's like, yo, man, I got Queens or I got Dr. Dre in the world and Eminem and like infinite money and riches. There are people who fucked it up, and he's
Yeah.
like, not me.
No, that's real. No, that's real. That's real. Yeah, man. So there's definitely, like the rose that grew from concrete story, that exists. And we just gotta like, follow the blueprint. It can be done, but it's that hood mentality or that like poverty mentality rather, you know what I mean? That gets us like emotional. But then, as I'm talking, like I'm thinking about just stuff like Director X's organization, like pre Operation Prefrontal Cortex, and how they talk about when you experience trauma, like your what is it, like the amygdala, which is like the I believe like the emotional center, if I'm not mistaken, and then the prefrontal cortex, like the decision making, right? So decision making shrinks, and the amygdala, the emotional, expands. So
Word.
you're more of like your responses are way more emotional as opposed to like, okay, let me just take a calculated, method to find the best solution possible. You're not even in that, right? So when you go through trauma at a young age, on top of that, your brain is still developing, right? Like your brain is still developing until the age 25. So when we look at a lot of these artists, like even like top five, like they're still in that space. These are young guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys like Pressa, like, I mean, these are young guys coming up and they've seen a lot, been through a lot. So,
Said it.
it speaks to like why like certain decisions that are made are appear to be really impulsive. And it's like that wasn't really thought out. Now was it? You know what I mean? So that could be an explanation. Not making an excuse, but just, I mean, there's so many ways to look at it. Like it's a really interesting case.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, I feel like violence is most if violence isn't in self-defense to protect yourself, then most of the times it's just a poor choice of a short-term
Yeah,
solution. And
facts.
it's not a solution. It's a quote unquote solution, but like yeah, like in the long term, it's not the solution. And
Yeah,
usually it turns out not to be the best idea. And like,
that's
so
it.
you know,
So we just gotta learn from this, man. And I'm in the schools all the time, man. I always tell these young folks, man, like learn from these examples. It's not it. But a lot of them, it boils down to like just wanting to be part of something, like validation and whatnot. And we all want to be seen. We all want connection. And that's why the term connection is such like a reoccurring theme. It's like it's what the bottom line is for in many cases. So
oh man, for real, because connection is family, and like whether it's a crime family or it's a blood
yeah,
family,
yeah,
whatever. Like work community, like people are all just looking to be a part of something, and like, yeah, man, like, yeah, I hope people find some solutions, man, and just find inner peace enough to keep the peace outside. So, yeah, man, keep it to the words, man. Keep it to the words, man, because I don't want to punch Snoop in the face, man. I would never say that, but I can just cuss him out still for performing for the president and be like, "Oh, man, why you go to that Trump shit, man? You don't need the money." Yeah, yeah. He had a response to it just like yesterday, and it was a pretty lame response. It didn't have any political foundation. There was no political. Um, he didn't even say like, "Hey, I'm secretly MAGA," or like, "I there's some Republican policies that I do support," or anything. None of that. He was like, "Why you gotta hate on a brother? Where's the love, man? I ain't
Oh,
here."
that's no. Come on, Snoop.
It was just corny. It was really corny.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah, he was just like, he's like, I ain't gotta hear nobody. And then he's just like smoking weed and just blowing in his face. He's like, I ain't listening to nobody's hate. Just where's the love, man? Show some love for a brother, man. Show some love. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you are the one who put out a clip 4 years ago where he
Right.
literally beautifully is saying anybody who's performing for Trump is a coon,
That's
is a
correct.
and he just is
Snoop,
just like you're stepping and fetch it for the massa. You're cooning for massa. He literally is like the first time he really started talking slave talk. I'm like, yo, Snoop is saying it, and he's like, yo, you're from sell off a massa in your house, nigga. And I was like, oh shit, Snoop's getting real with it.
mm,
4 years later, he is that same person doing the same goddamn thing. It's fucked up.
crazy,
Game,
man, crazy.
game is fucked up. Whole game's fucked up. I can barely listen to that album of his. And honestly, I listened to
And you
this.
were like a super fan, man.
I
You
was
were bigging him up.
rinsing the Snoop album so hard. I was honestly since December. That's the album I played number
Oh,
one over everything. Over everything. I listened to. The day after he did it, I played the
come
song
on, Snoop.
once or twice, and I was like, I can't. I literally haven't been able to play it since. And I'm just like,
Oh man, these guys, man.
these guys,
Tough.
integrity means too much for me, man. Like, it's really
Yeah,
disappointing.
have to be backed by action as well. Otherwise, the songs just don't carry the same spirit.
Yeah, man. Like, what are you?
Yeah, man. Like, what are you? Facts. What
Yeah.
are you? That's what we want to know, man. What are you? Word.
Because like this dude, I mean, one of the beautiful things that I heard is so this bitch ass Trump is he tried to take away the Tuskegee Airmen. Yeah,
Heard about that.
he's just
That's
ripping
crazy.
up everything. It's like transgender, no, fuck off, y'all don't exist in so he's just tearing. The equal employments rights act of like 1968. Cut it out. He's like, no,
Mud.
D, all this stuff, all affirmative action, fuck all that shit, fuck all. So he's ripping this shit out, like wiping his ass with the Constitution. Like, this is the dude you fucking are doing a show with. You think like this cool? Like, this is what you're co-signing. So
Yeah.
I'm saying this to say, for the Air Force, they were like, Trump was like, cut out the Tuskegee Airmen, the Black Air Force, take it off. So they were part of a training video, and Trump's like, no, fuck it, it's an all Black Air Force, fuck it. So tried to remove it, but apparently the out the feedback was so outlandish that they actually had to bring it back. So they're like, yeah, they're like they cut it off for a couple days, and then they're like, no,
Wow.
like they're like, no, this shit is too fucking real, and they're like, nope. So the Air Force actually brought back the Tuskegee Black Airman training video. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this dude is going to try to be destroying all these things, but people have to fight back, and there are times where the fights will win. Like this guy,
Yeah.
yeah, like he can't win everything, and some of it's just unconstitutional and inhumane and insane and stupid, and it's just like, nah, bro, like, fuck you, like, this ain't even like, these dudes are veterans. These dudes, it's like, this is just American history, you idiot. This isn't Black history, but it happens to be both. But like, it's Black American history, so like, you gotta just shut up, and like, sometimes you just are gonna take these losses because you think that, oh, this is some
Yeah.
DEI hire, or be like, no, this isn't DEI hire.
Yeah, yeah. When these moments happen, man, it's so interesting, and it always goes in waves throughout time. Like since starting to Stone from Africa, I realized, man, like there's always these types of moments in time where there's progression, there's regression, and then another opportunity to like to try something new and whatnot. Because whenever these things happen, like it gets us emotional, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but how can we alchemize this energy into something that's even more powerful, or what I'm saying, that can just like create something that hasn't really been done in this, right? Because I know I go online, I see everybody's up and roaring, and what I'm saying, and yeah, it is frustrating, you know what I mean, but this is the system, you know what I mean. Like periodically we have these type of moments where we're like, oh my god, like what's going on? And so okay, now that we're here, what can we create, you know as an alternative?
That's really what it's about, yo. No, I'm so with you there. Like I just be like trying to take in as much information as I can. I don't think that I'm not letting this guy like push all my buttons, and I'm not getting super mad at it. It's just like, I mean, there's just going to be it's just going to be a wild ride in karma for a lot of people. I saw it summed up in a really interesting way. Somebody's like, there's not a lot of people criticizing Trump. How did it go? It's like there's less people worried about criticizing Trump for things, for the people that he works for, or the people that supported him. They're more I'm fucking it up, man, but it's just like the people, the fundamental idea is like, the people, they don't care about the crimes that he does. They're more caring about what he does to the people that they don't like. So they're like, we don't care about the stuff that you're doing. We care about you attacking the people that we don't like, and
Right,
we like you doing that, so we'll let you
right.
get all that other stuff that you do. And they're like, you. That's where they're like, you. It doesn't
Nailed
matter.
it.
Criticize the other bullshit that he does, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's going after these stupid boogeymen and these immigrants and all this other stuff. So those people are like, hey, well, he's doing something. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? That's not good. That's not, and that's not even the real problem, you idiots. Like, so
Yo, that's so interesting.
yeah,
And that,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and honestly, it's a tactic that works. It's something that unfortunately works. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then until we realize, like, yo, this is crazy. It's like, what would they really vote for? But I'm still confident in the triumph of good over evil, and we're in these pivotal times, and I think it's just one of those reminders of like, what energy are you putting out into the universe at these times? Is it like which direction are you moving?
Oh,
I'm
that's
saying
that's all.
that's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? Like we all have choices. We all got free will. What are we choosing? You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's all I
really
got to
what.
say to that. That's all I
That's
got to say to that.
yeah. That's the bottom line at the end of the day, and the start of the day for sure. Because yeah, yo, yeah. This
You know what
these
I'm saying? We gonna find out.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
good, yo. And that's the other thing, man. Like yeah. The last thing I'll say is like, I thought George Bush Jr. was gonna be the dumbest, worst American president in my lifetime, and I was like,
This is
man,
what I'm talking about.
bring back Bush, man. Bush was great. Bush was. Bush had Bush was man. Bush is a motherfucking war criminal out the ass. The Iraq War was a fake ass fucking war. That's fact. Like Bush at least like had a kind of respect for the system. He's like, yo, and there's like Bush had the thing about Bush is Bush had respect for the Democrats. Bush respected like the entire. Bush was like, I am me. I'm like the Texas wild cowboy.
Right.
I'm not trying to shit like. I do what I want, but I'm not trying to shit on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you're not on my team, fuck your life. And it's like that doesn't work in politics. Like that might work in other forms of life, but like you can't be like murder these other motherfuckers who don't believe what I believe. Like, bruv, like, yo, man, like, yeah, like. But anyways, the history is just going to be very interesting. So. And it's just like whether seeing if Canada follows suit really soon in the elections we have this year is going to be super pivotal. So
that's my shop, yo.
yeah, we gonna see. But yeah, man, just definitely being a positive force of truth and information out here is that's one thing we gonna do. Yeah, straight up. Oh, that's all. Facts. Just
so true.
Yeah, man. Is there any other news that we missed?
Oh, you mentioned about Razzcast. Talking about that. You're talking about like you're building with him, like, or you're in conversation with him online, and you got put onto some new music. Man, why don't you break that down for us?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So Razzcast responded to Joey Badass because Joey Badass was going at J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar in the last couple of weeks, just like on some real like MCs like going at each other, like keeping the streets hot shit. Like so Razzcast, his response was like it was sick. It was really dope, and I thought it was better than Joey Badass, even though Joey Badass is dope. I like Razzcast is way better. And yeah, man. Yeah, Joey Badass, he was talking a lot of shit. And it's like, he had a line where he's like, I'm Biggie and Tupac combined. And like, he just said that. And it's like, you can't just say shit like that without. Like...
All right. Well, I'm not going to play too much of it because I know there's like copywriting. You know what I mean? But we're trying to get that monetized vibe right now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this is like the clip that you're playing for. Definitely worth, man. Action. You know what I mean? So that's Razzcast, man, and he's been holding it down since like the 90s, man. Like one of the artists that actually made me need to pick up a dictionary to like do research on certain things, man. You know, and that's the era of hip hop that I come from, where you know we're even though we're listening to music, man, we're still getting the lessons. You know what I mean? So I appreciate artists who infuse the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in their music.
Yep. I totally feel the same, though. Man's had songs based on book titles. Yo, there's a couple lines in this new song that are so hilarious. He goes, rap is like Geico now. So easy, even a caveman could do it.
Word.
Oh, man.
Word. Yo, Razzcast would be hey man, if you're able to line up like an interview or a chat or whatever with someone like Razzcast, that would be crazy, man. I'm gonna put it in the universe. You never know what's possible.
Later on this year, that would be dope. Yo, that would be sick. Razzcast, yes. Oh, man.
Speaking of these like platforms, are you like still into like Clubhouse and all that, or does Twitter Spaces still exist? Like, those kind of chat.
Interesting. I was just on a Twitter Space like 2 days ago, and Joe Buttons was using it. Spaces. I check them occasionally. They're popping. They're pretty good. I don't do Clubhouse, but Twitter. The voice.
Don't do Clubhouse. Like, what do you mean?
Well, there's
why you got to say it like that though?
Well, no, I don't even. That's a neutral thing. I don't even know. maybe I might be fucking up my life by not using it. I'm just saying there's just so many platforms that I'm just like
There's just so much.
I'm just
Yeah,
not on all of them. Like somebody asked me, they're like, Mindbender should be on TikTok, and I'm like, I could, but I'm just like, I don't want to be on TikTok, even though I
yeah.
know I could probably get some popularity on there. It's just no, it's okay.
You
It's
should
okay.
be. I think out of all the platforms, TikTok is probably not, or yeah, I can see that. I gotta see you do some things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It,
which is why I really actually, as soon as this gets off, I really want to try to get on. Um, I have a little number in my head and a goal that I want to try to get to reach. I've been getting online a little more, and I've been just
yeah.
doing video. I've been doing video live streams on Twitter because
Nice.
I do
Okay.
I
Sure.
do like Twitter as a platform because I'm a writer and
Yeah,
yeah, um,
that's
and yeah,
proper.
and the censorship is much more open on Twitter than it is
Yeah,
on Instagram. That's just
for
a
sure,
fact.
for sure,
And
for
even
sure.
though I'm not, I'm not doing anything explicit, but the just
Yeah,
whether it's words or wanting to talk
good to
about,
know.
yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Okay.
So
Well, I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe that could be something that we may, could explore. I don't know if Twitter Spaces, bringing Reminisce Show over there might open up some other dialogue and
hey,
conversations. Who knows? Maybe that could be something to explore. Even if we do like a one-off or a two-off or whatever, just to kind of try it out, put the
that's a
word
cool
out. You know
idea.
what I mean? So yeah, 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 yeah. Because
Maybe we can do that in February.
I love that. I love that. We can keep it make the historical component and whatnot. And yeah, so okay, well we'll look into that. But I think just looking at these different platforms, what I like about Twitter Spaces and whatnot, because everything is just audio. As long as I'm in like a somewhat of a quiet environment, I can just chat or whatever. I can multitask. I like to multitask and do things. So you can be in a call while you're doing something or whatever. So I think there could be something there. We'll look into it, man. We'll look into it. Keep the conversation going. Keep on building.
I'm cool. That's cool. I'm down for that. Um,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of platforms, did we talk about DJ Academics being deplatformed?
No, we briefly in the context of the multi-million-dollar deal with top five and those guys, but
Oh, that's
no,
right.
he's in the news for other reasons. Go ahead, man. Let the people know. Let the people know.
Yeah, it's just yucky. It's
Ah, man.
just gross. And I actually heard it with my own ears, and I
Uh,
saw the I saw the crime that caused the action to happen of DJ Academics losing his Twitch channel today. I guess that was his main platform that he had millions of followers on.
yeah.
He's one of the biggest ones in the world. And yeah, they shut him down for like child grooming, like interactions with a minor. It's gross.
Wow.
Oh, so gross. And I saw the video. It was gross. He was asking a 15-year-old kid very inappropriate questions for weird reasons. It was gross. Yes. No.
Sick.
Yeah, we're going. Yes, we're definitely going to give a little more blackness to that Twitter. Yo, man. Fuck. I've been on Twitter way longer than Elon's owned it,
Well,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like the Twitter OG, man.
Yo, straight up. I got like 14, 15 years on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, man. So yeah, I don't even want to go into too much, but thank goodness for those who punish people who do inappropriate things with children, and there
True indeed.
has to be consequences for this. And yeah, so DJ Academics has been taken, and this just happened today apparently. So he's been taken off his Twitch stream, and the world just got a little bit better. So yeah,
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 well, I mean, it's the time of like revelation, man. You know what I mean? Where, again, man, it's all the things that were in dark are coming to light. So people better be on their P's and Q's, man, and acting right. Acting
that's
right.
right, that's right. That is for real, for real, for real. So,
Right.
yo, you see any other? Oh, yo, also, just quickly, Power is coming back in March.
Saw that. I saw that
Raising,
ad, man. Raising Canaan, let's go, man. I've
yeah,
been itching for it, man. I'm like, I need it, man. I need it. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
need
Yo,
that
I,
sweet.
I I I love the Power series, man. It's so well done. Like they took all the great points from all the other series that came before and made it into something, a little bit of New York Undercover there, you know what I mean? The Wire here, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
A bit of
it's dope.
Oz.
Like, Oz, yeah. They took the best of all of that and made it proper. You know what I'm saying? So
You're
it's
so
good, man.
right.
I like it.
But also made it its own thing, and in an interesting way, made it like the Marvel universe with multi
Yes, and
with
that's a new evolution, and only they could really do that. I wonder what other series could like. What was Young and the Restless? Could they do some type of spin-off or something? I don't know. Like it's been crazy, man. Like
that's wild.
anyways. But yeah, like no, it's yeah, like that Marvel series for sure.
I also got to give props to 50 for like he like had himself involved in the show and he had a good run in it, but like I mean, he had one of the wildest exits ever. He killed 4 cops on when he got
Yeah,
over up. That's
yeah.
but like so 50 has his history in the show and then it carries on, but his voice as a narrator still exists.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
genius.
It's just brilliant. And it's just like,
And
yeah,
it just adds to that like kind of like eerie mystique, you know what I mean? Just like this voice that's just kind of genius.
yeah, it's so perfect, man. It's just, just
It's like
couple of,
it's almost like how like Spike Lee will do like his like cameos in his own films, but this is like the cameo without being visible, so it's not overdone. It's like of course you're in your own movie, but it's like like you're there but not there.
that's right. You just
Genius,
float.
man. That's genius.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
man.
man,
Yeah, that's coming soon. I think I don't know if there's any other shows or anything. I think that's
I think
about
that's
it.
pretty much that for now, man. But yeah, man, we'll stay tuned for things. I know some things gonna be revealed during Black History Month and beyond, and
Yeah.
a couple concerts coming up. Wait a minute, when was that Tech Nine concert? Did that already pass, or is that
Hmm.
coming? I can't remember. Shoot.
I don't think it did. It happen? Did it slide under the radar? I didn't.
Let me see something. Um,
Did I talk about the Cool Keith show though? Did we talk about that? That was last Wednesday. No.
or was it Cool Keith? Maybe that's who I was thinking of, not Tech Nine. Well, Tech Nine is coming in May, so he's
Okay,
got
man. Close then.
May 4th at Rebel.
Okay, cool.
So that's just good to know. But I think it was cool. It was Cool Keith. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I went to Cool Keith.
What
Shout out to
was that like when was that?
last Wednesday. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. That's what's
yeah,
up. Okay. Well, yeah.
yeah.
So you
I
can build
was
on
at
that. That's the last thing.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
at Lee's Palace. It was pretty cool, but I had to work at the AGO, so there was a couple opening acts, some cool homies. But as soon as I got there, it was like Cool Keith went on like 2 songs right away. So I saw his whole set, but I
Yeah.
didn't get to see any of the locals.
That's all right.
Odario was there, and yeah, Clee Major. Yeah, Cool Keith was cool, man. Yeah, he was cool. He was fun. He was chill. He did a couple songs, and then he did a couple like choruses, and then he did a
Okay.
lot of freestyling. And
Okay.
yeah, and he was having fun. Shout out, he was doing crowd stuff, and he actually signed a whole bunch of autographs. It was really dope. He had all this like merch that he was helping people sign.
Huh.
He was taking all these pictures with people. It was mad cool. So
Okay.
it was
Okay.
yeah. So
All right. That's peace. That's peace. Cool, man. All right. Well, hey, man, we got to know when the hip hop shows are happening. As long as you represent, it's all good vibes. Lee's Palace, eh? All right.
yeah,
Well,
definitely. So yeah, and like yeah, it wasn't a perfect show, definitely, but it was fun. It was fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
Proper, man. Well, I guess we'll sign off like that, on the good vibes.
yeah, man. Yeah, it was love, man. Love to Cool Keith, and Black History Month is coming up. Gonna turn up the heat, turn up the love, turn up the Black Power, and I wanna yeah, I just want to see what the world has in store for this February because it's a new day and age. That's for damn sure.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Shout
All
out
right,
to
man.
Nadia, real homies in the cut.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna sign off like that, man. You know, we do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live Eastern time, man. Carrying the tradition of Saint Kofa, going back to collect and bring back what is useful. It's a Reminisce Show. And I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother. What's your name, brother?
Mindbender Supreme.
That's right, man. And peace to everyone. Enough love, man.